Why your face so ugly?
I'm trying to hit a whole click, head down, ass up.
Oh my goodness. I'm a little upset at myself. I should have noticed when I saw it, because I know better. But when I saw the video, right away I saw it's one of them. This is them. He's chilling. He almost looks like he's like reading the newspaper. This is how it's done, you guys. This is why we don't know. This is just one of a million different types of situations. Like here, it's very easy because they're the kings here. You'll see rocks placed in the video coming up here. One that's incredible. It's a head. It's like they carved it and everything. This is last year. So every time I go, bones, a different assortment of rocks every single time. You know, and then you come back and you try to tell the world, and they're just not smart enough, unfortunately. Remember, guys, we are one. It's something that most people don't know. We are viewed as one. So as long as two people are fighting over a sale at Walmart, we are all fighting over a sale at Walmart as far as the Earth's concerned. It is time to become smart. Okay? Look, you might think yourself different, but no one else does. You're the one arguing in Walmart. So until we stop this, it's a stupid analogy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We have become imbeciles. And if you don't snap out of it, we will always be. This is the way it has to be a collective. It's something I've been told. I know for sure from them. We have to change. This is me coming back. So when I say that, I don't mean like probably almost everyone. It's just these few people on Earth that are so. I mean, look, there is no measure of how in reverse lost they are. Like that, you couldn't. If you told them anything, they would have. Have you ever seen some of these girls? I mean, you cannot tell these people. There's a shock factor, and then it leads. It's not about just this. This leads to God. It leads to the secrets of this world. Do you think they're going to tell two people that are screaming at each other in Walmart the secrets of the world? Okay, this is you've got to think broader and see the world for what it really is. Stop thinking about yourself. You got to look at the world. We are so self-absorbed. It's got to stop, you guys. I'm telling you, these messages come from them. They know, believe me. I just got off the phone with Tom. We had a long conversation. You guys wouldn't believe what this road turns into up there. This is down. Back to what I was just saying real quick. Think about it. This time use your common sense. Were you put here to use your amazing skills for yourself? Just to serve yourself? Or maybe, just maybe, do you think it was so you could help and do good in the world? Or was it just to do bad and just to help yourself get rich? Just ask yourself and be honest. But up there, it took forever. I was on the phone with Tom the whole time coming in. So luckily, I think he distracted me. I couldn't film. I'm seeing footprints. I'm getting all kinds of stuff, but then I can't get up. It gets so extreme once you get up. It's over a foot deep. I'm seeing some kind of teepee going on. This has always been a spot right there. It is eluding me right now, but I have you guys right there, right on this pause. I see a blackness up there now. You can. I got one. Not you can. I got one of the best captures ever. He was up in the tree. It was like a real, like what we expect a Bigfoot to look like type of being, and he was right up there. And if I show you the picture, you'll. It's incredible. There is no blurring whatsoever. He was like up in a tree. I'll try to find it before the end of the video. If not, it's in with the 10,000 other ones. And I don't mean from here. I was standing right there. It wasn't from down here. Like that looks interesting to me, but when you're this far away, I think it's a boulder, and I think that they're right there, but I'm not claiming that's a timestamp.
Before you guys want to show something. Yeah, that's the base of that, because up there is all seats right there. See those right there? I have a video right there. So those are all seats. It's an incredible little micro world right there, those pine trees. And then also there's a big giant magic rock down in front of it, and I filmed that for you with the seats and everything. It's incredible right there. Teepee. Okay, so watch this, you guys. There's a teepee up there, and I need to show you one more time. I want to show. This is the one I did with Harry. So that's not the video. I want to show you the bone. Like, it's very unusual for these bones to be here. They put them there. I know they did. There's no other way. There's no hunting allowed here. This is Holy Cross Wilderness. I filmed them right here. I was standing here, and they were right there. Right here somewhere. I think it was like right there. But down in there, you can see they have spots there. There's a trident axe right there. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put this video. This will be. Just look at the detail. We'll do it quick. I was kind of sad because I was like, I'm just his editor. Does this guy ever shut up? And then someone was like, no, he does never shuts up. And I'm like, thanks a lot. You're supposed to stick up for me. And they're like, no, Mark, we love to hear you talking. That's weird, but no big deal, right? This is really weird for here. So these have been, I mean, look how clean they are, but they're recent as well, like really, really recent. And they're just laying right there, which I find to be extremely, because I'm right here, you guys, unusual. I believe they put them there as a marker. And then let me show you where I am. So I got with Tom in San Francisco. Tom, good talk. This is what I was like, Tom, let me go, because I want to film this and show you where I was when I was talking to you. We were actually thinking about that property. We should have got that. Is that a stack of rocks down there? You got to be kidding me. Watch this. There's a stack of rocks on top of a boulder. So this is Gilman, you guys. Look it up. I just watched another video. There were these foreign guys from another country. They came in and an entire, it was like abandoned town in Colorado or something. And they went into Gilman. They walked down here. It's completely illegal.
Abandoned mine act underground mine. Hi, I'm Bob, an urban explorer.
To see this was incredible because I have done a video, and I have a video in here. Okay, he does it more professional because they're traveling with, like, they have money, and I got to sneak in there as a local, with no money or anything. And that's how everything's done. It's all done by taking your money away. That's how they do it, you guys. It's always been done. I was told this. I kind of rolled my eyes, and sure enough, I know exactly where he's parked. These guys have no idea where they're standing.
So bad, it turned the river orange. This once rich and successful town. Alright.
And they went into Gilman. They walked down here. It's completely illegal. It's so illegal here. Like, it's trespassing, but when I say so illegal, I mean they really, really look out for it and enforce it. So I have a video in there too. Of course I snuck in. You ain't catching me. And these guys, they really walked in. I mean, they did this whole walk in. It's really weird to see two guys from another country doing a video where in here, So there was this property. They want 90 grand for it. It's like that up there. It's like so it kind of looks like that, but it's right on the other side over there. So it'd be like, so there's a road right there, and then that's your property. So there's no like driveway or house or anything. You could build a cabin up on it, but I don't think you're allowed to actually have a driveway. I'm not sure how that worked. I think you could park like over here or something, or there's a way to have state parking. I'm not sure. So that was the catch. And Tom found it, but it was a little bit much, and it was 90. Well, it was cheap for here, but Tom saw the guy only paid like $7 grand. He's like, I'm not giving this guy an $83,000 profit. You know, I was like, I don't blame you. Not that he was going to buy, but we were talking about it. A bear or something. I don't have any footprints here. Oh, it's a fire. I walked all the way here for no reason. I could tell this is a human path, but there it's like right among them. I just want to show it to you because I'm standing in the middle of them. Someone had a fire there, and mostly because it's so pretty here. Just walk down that. This is one of the best walks in the world. If you want to just walk through them, look how beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Even the people that hate me, I really appreciate you being here. Why do you hate me? I'm the nicest guy you're ever going to meet. The person that you think you like would never, when a bus was coming down and he had to decide whether you were going to get hit or him. What do you think would? So the guy that you like would let the bus hit you. I'm the guy you don't like, and even if I didn't like you, I'd be the first one to push you out of the way of that bus and get hit. So isn't it an amazing world that how confused people are? People are attracted to evil and money. And this is weird. Oh, there's another fire there. But the disturbances, like someone walked through here. You guys, the footprints I was passing with Tom is crazy. I took pictures, but I couldn't take the video. He's like, you're passing footprints? I'm like, yeah. There's a pile of topsoil up here underneath the bee's nest. Like this is the others right here. They're done for the year. That's not the best way to check, by the way. Another pile of topsoil just randomly piled there. I've always known about this little spot right here. This leads up to those seats. So what this is, there's this ravine and it's all marked the whole way up and it goes up to where I was just telling you, the seats up there. Now wait for it, we're gonna go to that teepee. This is all their spot. This is just the bottom of it. How often they're down here, I don't know. You know, that's very tricky. I think most of the time right behind me. You see, someone's sitting right there. You see it? Look at that. There's a hole, there's a seat there. New Sticks, he was right there. And then he had his bone, he brought those bones out for some reason. You guys, I'm telling you, there's no animals left. Okay, I'm not seeing squirrels, I see squirrels sometimes, but very few. No raccoons, no deer, nothing. There's no animal. Where is an animal? There should be an elk down there drinking, there should be a bear walking on the train tracks. Nothing, there's something going on with our animals, you guys. Oh shit, no. No. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You see them? I think this is straight up. Oh, yeah. Give me a second. I did see the side trail.
What I'm about to say here, I just want you to know there's exceptions, like Tom's situation. You know, there seems to be expert levels of this. So, you know, I think it really depends on who you're dealing with. There's some mystical beings that, you know, I think, so in other words, there's exceptions to everything I say. So if you don't agree with me, it's probably because you're right, and that's an exception. You know, there's, in my opinion, a million different things going on out here. I mean, I don't even think I'm exaggerating. So that's why people argue. Like there's, you know, sometimes they only have one situation and it kind of is the same thing. And they've been doing it for 20 years, and then all of a sudden he's in an argument with someone else who is in this similar situation but deals with different beings, and they're both arguing. Like I've told you before, they're either both completely right or both wrong. Or, you know, it's rare where both people, believe me, when you have a passion behind it, that's the trick in this, is that we're all right and we're all wrong. I say a place to hide in a second from over there, and I'm not wrong. It's a crazy thing. So it's one of the reasons I know that a lot of these abilities are handed to them, like via technology. It's not special, your personal ability. These guys are using knowledge. Trust me. Because one of the reasons being is that they all act like they don't have it. It's like us. So if you got it today, they're like, okay, just hide. They won't see you. You would still hide as if you would hide. So you're hiding, right? Just like you would without any kind of help, right? With the help. So that's one of the reasons over a long time have determined that these guys maybe have some telepathy abilities and stuff like that, but no one has any. No one's Superman. They're all using something handed to them. I promise you this. Okay, it's very easily figured out because they all do the same thing. It's literally worldwide the same teaching. Like they're taught this how to bend the same sticks, how to use everything. But mostly it's the way they hide. They hide in a way so whenever they're doing their thing, they're still hiding like they don't have the tech. Like he'll be behind the rock, he'll be behind the X, behind the leaning out from the tree, things like that because they're nervous. It's like you don't fully trust it. But it's one of the things I have 100% fact determined that however they do this, it's been given to them. Now it might not be recent either. It's just not their ability, and you can very clearly see them the way they act. I've said it many times. They pretend you wouldn't think they have magic. Like just in case they're hiding the same way you would. They'll lay on their bellies. They do anything they can because I don't even think they want to. This is something they're being forced to. It's just like us and some other beings we don't know about. You better believe they have some giant set of rules just like everyone else. No one that I can see is free. I could easily not add this in, but I just have to. I believe this is completely just an opinion. The way I see it, we have just been given the illusion
To block anyone from wanting to come up that little, sort of a little path. Now watch. Nothing could be more important. Nothing you have ever done is more important than that stick. That's not true. What that stick means. All right. They always tell you. By the way, they blinded it with a brand new trident. Harry, if you see this is the first time I've been here since I was with you. Me and Harry were only here for 10 minutes. I gotta spend more time here. If you go down to the road, it's blind. Oh, you can see it from here. It's blinded with the Trident X. Remember, it's on a Trident. So I won't spend a lot of time with me and Harry sat in there. Absolutely crazy. So coming up, it sits way down. I noticed they put I don't know if it's new or not, but I really noticed the new blind is a Trident X. It's kind of weird. They don't care about you seeing the structures, it's more about hiding them. Well, I know that wasn't there. Oh, this is way dug down now. There's a seat there. There's no way that was dug down like that before. There's a seat right there. And I know that was not there. I sat right there, so I know that stick and that stick have been changed since me and Harry were here. So Harry, what has that been? Notice the detail. 2 months, something like that, 3 months. I take you to those giant boulders. Check out that video with Harry. Remember Harry, the one with Tamara? Tamara told me you were like, because you call her something else, like Tamara or something, or you just didn't recognize it here. And then she said that you apologized. She's like, oh, he's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize who he was talking about. Yeah, that's the boulder down there. That's incredible. As you go down through this forest, it's unbelievable. There's many videos in there. You guys really, I recommend going back quite a few years even. This is the one subject where it's very important that you do so. I've done things that no one has ever seen before, so you don't want to just see one video of me in my car and decide that's what I do. Okay? I've got to talk about it a little bit here and there. But mostly, this is all I want to do. I don't want to keep talking this much. You guys have to understand what it's like to be in here. The nerve factor in here is insane. It's not too bad today. But when I'm under their influence, I mean, it would be really nice if you weren't judging my every word. I think that's part of the fun, though. Like, you should be more like, let's see how stupid Mark is today. Look at that. I don't know if you did it. Oh, well, there's your proof. Look how they blocked. Let me show you how that used to be. There sort of used to be like a trail there. Look. And they just put that to make it go away. Look. Like you can kind of get up right there. Let's go, Tom. Waiting on you. We'll live right there. Just tell your wife. Actually, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? No, you just come out like, every other month or something for the weekend. Just me and you. We do our thing up in the woods. I'll pay the mortgage. Who wants to do that? Let's buy a property like that in the woods. It's your investment. So whoever want to do that, I've mentioned this a couple years ago. We get some interest, you guys. It's not a mistake. We will not fail because you'll buy it. However that is, you might even be able to do it without any money, and I'll pay it. I'm Colorado Bigfoot. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm saying it right here. And if I can't, then I will have to fold up everything and go home. So I think we can do this, and I think it would be amazing. So in other words, what I'm paying now for my rent, we'll put towards the mortgage, and you have to do nothing. And I will teach you the secrets of this earth, show them to you immediately, and you'll have the most amazing place in the world to come. And I'll probably have to live there. That would be the fun part. We're not so weird this time of year already to be and I was in, you guys, I couldn't film it because I was on the phone long distance with Tom in San Francisco. And this one thing about this phone is if you're talking, you can't film a video. Kind of weird, right? Like you should be able to bypass that somehow. So I was passing all these footprints, but man, I was in 4 or 5 feet of ice, solid ice where sun doesn't hit, way up top. I get to this turn going uphill, and I just stop, and then it goes like this. Sideways. Luckily, it's the one place that's wide, so I actually just kind of worked it and slid back, let the front end. Oh, I'm sliding now. Let the front end come. You can see how bad. Look, this is down below, so it's like even starting to get a little bit. Look, someone cut it. It's their structure up in a tree, and it's got cuts on it. I think I went through the worst of it. I just want to show you a little bit down here in Holy Cross. They have a spot here. Oh, when did this happen? What happened here? Oh, I think someone got stuck. I thought it looked like something might have happened there. This is solid ice. It doesn't really look like it, but see, look. It's at least it's a little bit wet down here, but it doesn't help you much. If you start to slide, you will not stop. This is a special corner I've never gone into, but I'm fascinated with it. It's got lots of little branches. So my guess is there's got to be like really good seats. I think that's them right there.
I just want to divulge one of my secrets. People ask me, Mark, what kind of tires do you use? And I would just be a huge shout out to Kelly. Thank you for that. The name of my tires, and I'm not making this up, it's not a joke. On the side of my tires, they say Bigfoot.
It's a love, but it's something they do. If you look very carefully, you'll see all of what they're taught. It's done where you're not supposed to notice it. Like they're doing it so not to draw attention. But if you look very closely, let me show you. You'll see all of their work. Teepee. It's not a mistake, okay? I show the same exact thing. It's a taught system. It's like you telling me the ABCs aren't real. is an actual language, like Tom said. Could be very argued. Leaning trident. Oh, I'm all the way down. I didn't get by the worst of it. Okay, so here, let's do this. Check this out, you guys. I noticed something down here, and I want to check it out. There is a rock on every single boulder. I think it's changed. So watch this. This is where, right in the woods there, I filmed in 8K the guy getting off his seat. They're always right here. It's the others. Look, see, look, I'm telling you. Why would a person might do that, right? Maybe just out of... All right, we'll pretend. But what they do This. Here, let's get out. Lazy Colorado Bigfoot. Get out of the truck. That's actually all I do. Let's get out of it. I don't want to be in the truck. Ooh, footprint. You guys, you gotta see the footprints I'm finding. It's like, I didn't film them yet. They're all up top. I was on the phone. Go see if that's there. I've only looked at it once in my life. Across the street, they have a seat. I remember finding it. I forgot about that. Another rock. Like, why come all the way here to put a rock on this one if you're a person over there? Another rock. It's got a face. It looks like an alien, you guys. I saw it right away from long distance. Looks like an astronaut is what it looks like. Not an accident. It's something I filmed. There is disturbances down here. There's a camp site that no one knows about really. It's been done there.
It's just my new thing. I like to zoom in on firewood. Sue me. You know, I was just making a joke, but once I said that, I started laughing because, like, it's kind of like the old joke, like, you know, sue me for what? Like, you would never sue me. I would never put myself in that position where someone would have to sue me. But if they did, it would be a huge mistake on their part because there's nothing.
They're all around it.
I guess you get out my RV.
Yeah, see, look. Footprints. Looks like it's a person. I think it's a person. That's Gilman mine. So that beyond here is all Gilman. Let me tell you, it's so special. I want to bring someone with me. I wanted someone that wants to do a whole day, maybe actually sleep in one of the houses with me. Who wants to do that? We're going to be in an abandoned town. We're going to take the whole day to sneak in there, right? We're going to basically go right in here. We're going to walk all the way up. It's a risk because you can get fined. Look. People don't realize that rocks don't put themselves on top of other rocks. Does someone do that? Maybe. You tell me. I would take any bet in the world, even though I didn't have the money, because I know I'd win. Some kind of eating squirrel thing going on here. All mulch right in here. Look how pretty. Sorry, I always think I'm in a rush to go somewhere. My brain is always in a rush. All the footprints are in the world. Oh, the seats. I stop at these seats when I'm on the phone. I couldn't record it. And they're all just the seats are melted. I told Tom, I was like, I couldn't believe it. When I said bear before, I think it was a dog. That's a special spot right there. I don't think I can get there with this camera. We'll try. It's right in that corner. They'll all be right there.
See, don't think I don't understand someone that sees a shot like this for the first time, because what they don't understand is that I know they come out of a giant skull up there. There's a skull that would be placed in the Guinness Book of World Records, and they actually walk out of the mouth. So when I hear a common person that knows nothing of this earth speak, when I just watch them walk out of something's mouth, it's very difficult. I don't have the constitution to tolerate
is that
imbeciles.
They're running out of room.
It's time to snap out of it.
There's some kind of gigantic surge in these new places and seats and structures and X's. It's one of the reasons why we're figuring this out now, because I'm so blown away by how I'm the one who figured it out, and then someone else didn't. So is it really because, not just because of common sense and logic, but is it because it really wasn't happening like it is until now? I'm not saying that, but is that maybe that's a possibility, that this has all just happened. I think it's always been going on, but like in the scale that it is now. Yeah, you guys, I watch it every single day. It's not the same ones making more. These aren't deer. These are very smart people. And when you see new worlds being built on a daily basis, they're making room for new people. It's just like if I see a new house being built, it's no different, okay? But you got to start thinking higher. I know the new house is for someone to buy and live in, not the guy next door building a new house so he can have two. You know what I'm saying? Over now. No one wants to clean 2 houses. They're always in there. They come out of there. It goes into the ground. It's something I'm trying to hold back from telling you guys. But if you've ever questioned that something lives inside the earth, you can stop questioning it. It's not just them. There's an entire gigantic world. People don't realize how big inside the earth is, you guys. How many thousands of miles it can be. It's a utopia. They show it to you in the movies. It's all real. How do I know, you say, Mark? I mean, I know for an absolute fact. So I would die on it right now. This second, right now, I would exchange my life. That's how sure I know what I'm saying is true. And you say, well, how, Mark? Guess what the reason is? I just know. I know so wholeheartedly I would die for it because they put that information in my head. So I'm really curious about this. Not necessarily that pile, but back in there. It's private property. This is part of the Superfund, so I could sneak in there. You get trespassing, but you guys, I'm telling you that they know. It's anywhere in that property is really, really. This is Dan's backyard. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but see if we can get this boulder right there. And that boulder's just sitting up there. Where is it? Isn't it? There's a boulder just sitting up there that shouldn't be there. Really curious in here. You could easily sneak in there. I love going where there's snow. I actually prefer to be where the snow isn't. I don't care about. I could take you to 1,000 beings' footprints right now in the snow. I don't care about that. I like to go. I love to be right where they are, active. For some reason, the no snow does it for me. I like where the no snow is. I don't think it matters. I think it oh my goodness, what the I think it matters, but it doesn't matter. So so in other words, there's a difference for them, of course, but it's not going to change all that much. I've always known the cell was special, but I've also always known it's inside of it. And then I see this for the first time. Where is it? Oh, right there. Yes, with the stackings. That's the ultimate stacking, you guys. I mean, look at that. It's on some kind of top of some head. Like, that's a Bigfoot head, you guys. There's another one. I filmed it. It's down around right around that corner. It's amazing. So it's this whole thing. Dan, if you're watching, it's the whole thing. Dan, you know what? I'm a little upset with Dan. Dan really, like, he kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Dan. Not too many of mine, but like people that you cared about, will be the first ones just to stab you in the back. You can do for them what no one else in the world could have ever done for them. And be a friend like no one else would ever be. Always be there for you. And they'll still stab you in the back. It's unfortunate. Over now. Hey, before over now, because I already did the Zoom, let's try one more time. There's a guy coming. No, there's no one coming. There's not one person there. That's a little better. Let me see if I can still put this there. I got some really good footage up there. I kind of need the zooming camera for that. Aquifer, isn't that what that's called? You can see, so if you were to put a level on it, you'd see that there's like a certain amount of pitch per foot, which is how we do everything. So it's not just, you don't need to see an aquifer. I've never stalled before. Ever in my life have I stalled my truck. It's weird. It's in everything we do with water. So any kind of drainage systems, PVC. It's funny, the water company's right there. So like I used to install drainage systems, and that's, you know, the one thing you want to, or even if you're digging a trench for water, you could just dig a trench with an excavator, put nothing in it. You just want to make like a swale through your yard. You're gonna have a pit. You can eye it, sure, but if you're gonna do it professionally, especially if you want to get great distance, you're gonna want to use a transit. You could do it by eye, but a transit's the best way, and then you can just, you do the minimal. So usually it's about a ½ inch per foot, something like that, 1/4 inch per foot. You want your pitch, and then the water will always flow. It's an amazing thing. Energy too, as well, right? That rock also has a rock on top of it. That boulder. All right, you guys, over now. Let me just show you Minturn real quick. Not Minturn, but just like the view from here. I've shown you before, but it's so important no one takes it in. This is the say-all of everything we do, as far as like visuals would go. And I've never been there because I can't get there, really. I can, but give me some motivation, because I'm not walking up there for free. So it's incredibly far. Just to get there is miles and miles and miles on foot. My drone won't even come close to reaching the top. Well, my old drone, that's the best drone on the market. It goes like, well, it only goes, you can go 3-4 miles away, but only 1,600 feet high. That's from the FAA or whatever it is. So it's 1,600 feet from where your feet are. So if I went up there and launched it, then I could go 1,600 feet again. And I couldn't even come close when I walked up to the base of getting my drone even beginning to get near there. It's so deceiving in the video. That there's an incredible world up there. So that's the difference in these beings. If you wanted to hope in entering the underverse, for a lack of better terms, that's where you would go. You'd go somewhere that looks like that, and in the hopes of meeting some magical being that can make decisions. Probably not deep in the far, although that's not true either. But I mean, you'd have a better chance at one of the entrances. You want to go to where it's a little bit more official there, like of an entrance, like for as far as a person would go, versus however God knows they do it in the forest over now. I guess I should whistle. Wow. How could there be an eye right there? Hold on, what is that? That's what their eyes look like right there. Look at that. That's not normal, guys. Notice I'm not whistling. Just the outside chance they didn't hear me screaming, yelling at all the dumb people in the world on my camera. I haven't been whistling. That's a giant X right there, right at the base of the special dome. Actually, the special dome, I believe, is to the right. But I have a feeling this is becoming very special. I mean, it already was, but like now it even more, because, I mean, in common sense theory, they would have, to enjoy the not sun and be in the forest, they had to move over. But as you can see, this forest is ancient, old. It's never burnt down. There's no totem poles. That's how you know. It's the only way you can gauge a forest. I made this up myself because from being out here, is you'll see their totem poles. Like they're burnt. They'll never move. Eventually, they do fall down, but they can stand. They can stand there for like 200 years, and you could see a forest that if you hadn't seen that, you would swear it's never burnt down. This one doesn't have any. I don't think it's ever had a fire, like within probably 500 years or so. Maybe never. This is where you have to be careful, because you slide, you go right down, and then boom. And then you go down even faster because it's so steep. See, nothing's happening. Look, there's not a sound. It looks just like Bigfoot Universe. Exactly. I could tell you I'm in Bigfoot Universe, except for how steep it is here. And it looks exactly like it. It's 65 miles away. I can remember saying this before, because I have found other places like it too. Not many. I have found other places where I have said that, and then it turned out not to be even nearly as good. So no matter what, I'm getting pushed this way rather than up because of the difficulty of it. I think that's just a piece of wood. No one's just going to be in place for me to film them here. I'm going to have to steal it. Sneak up, look. I got to go at least up there. Remember, these guys are now beyond, so I might be able to see, but these guys usually don't do parlor tricks. That's a sign. This guy has a sign in the front, and it says, "Vote no for real progress," and then it's checked. It's like, I thought that was funny. It's like, so because I take everything literally, so it's like, vote. Would you guys like to have any real progress in this earth? No. That's funny to me. I told you I like simple fun. The dumbest joke in the world is funny to me. That's funny because that's the best. I think it's a great answer too. No, we don't want any progress. Please just leave us alone. It comes out on camera. You guys, this is the second one that I've noticed. So the big circle was there. It's still there. It's just I don't think they've used it since. It was this amazing circle. The best I can tell, it's a result of where I was that day. Now there's another one. You guys, overnight, this circle appeared. I know it's, you have to trust me. This, you see, I don't know, it doesn't come out that well. With your eyes, there's an amazing circle. There's not one, there's no weeds in there. It's a circle. And they make it to be there, and to be there. That's what they do. It's like they have to establish the proper connection. I think it makes a lot of sense to me that it's low kinetic energy that's being used. And with low kinetic, I'm making this up, but there's not a lot of power there. You don't need a lot. So that connection has to be good. So if you're using a lot, if you had 1 billion volts, it can jump, but with just a little bit of tiny power, that connection has to be flawless. That's just my opinion. There's a circle there. Here, for the people that aren't going to understand that. It's time to understand. If you roll your eyes or you struggle with anything I say or show you, you're the struggle, not me. Okay? You can push things onto other people all you want. I'm just showing you the truth. Okay? All I do is go into debt doing this. It's not for money. That's one thing you have to understand. I'm in serious debt because I know that this is more important than that, than my debt or me going to prison for taxes. Am I gonna go? No, but I gotta file them soon because I'm in trouble. Need your help, you guys. Why your face so ugly?
I'm trying to hit a whole click, head down, ass up.
Oh my goodness. Remember, this stuff's just on. Once in a while it's a little catchy, I left that on, but he's got some terrible language.
Pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it.
When he says pop it, I think he's talking about a girl, which is disgusting. Like, why would you go off and make life like that when you could make it beautiful? Why would you want to make it disgusting? I don't. Do you see the difference, like in good versus where you let the dark in?
So there is a real contaminated. There could be some kind of fun going on. I want to make it clear, but not here. Like with they got this where, because this goes into like 1,000 acres behind me that I can see. I think it's thousands. Like not this, but behind you'll see, and then. I'm just talking over these few pictures. These were going to be here anyway. It's just fascinating, you guys. I don't, you don't have to quite listen to my details about it's more about my nerve factor. But I just want to show you. You'll see I have a pattern here. I will not break from. I will continuously show you stuff.
All right. I'd rather do it this way anyway. You guys, so this is the continuation. I just ended my live stream. Thank you so much for being there for 3 or 4 hours. This is that super fun site. Okay, this is not a super fun site, but I'm with them. That's what these guys don't understand. If it keeps people from walking here, I'm all over it. I'll lie all day long if it protects them, because that's what they need. They need protection, and this is what this is. This super fun site is all these guys. Keep in mind where I am and what I've shown in this live video, okay? These have never been here before, and the way they are, it's not possible. These guys did this all. Look at this stick in the middle. That's how you know. It's all them. Wow, you guys. They went through a bunch of them, too. Another one there. Another one there. Isn't there a song like that? I don't believe you. We don't believe something like that. Super fun. Yeah, right. There's structures. So you guys, I'm not going to show you anymore. Look, this thing, they have a setup in there. This is where I showed you that definitive seat in that old tree, where all that stuff happening, where I literally saw him get up and run off of his perch. A Bigfoot. I got to see it. I filmed it. And he pretended to be a bear. Remember? He did such a bad job at pretending. I busted him. Now, why can't I get into that situation more often? I walked right through there. He didn't think I was coming back. The only thing I can come up with is that I hardly ever do. So once I go through, it's very rare. It's just like if you went for a drive. Oh my God, look at this. It's like if you went for a drive. You don't want to backtrack, or like a ride in a motorcycle. You always want to just do one loop. You don't want to. This is too blatant. You see that? This has been all messed with underneath it too. These are all the others. The seat right there. That's a seat. And the people will be here too. This is the bottom of it. So camping, see, look. People camp right here. Right in the middle of them. But they like it. These guys are here on purpose. You guys tell them. I go up where they live. I go to them. I don't let them come to me. That's the only way to learn. They'll never come to you to teach you. You have to go to them to be taught. They would, but they're not allowed, I think. So this is an incredible place. I think you guys can see this just on this camera right here. So I waited. I also wanted to see if those people were coming down, and they did. So these are the real people. I have never seen a face quite that looks like hers. So I'm really sorry. I don't want it to be mean. I'm not necessarily thrilled with my own face. So I don't mean to criticize. I really don't. Like I said, I was not saying on the video, like I love everybody. I don't think like in terms of ugly or, I feel like it's your heart. Like I really do believe that. The only time I ever see ugly is when there's evil there. That's what shows me ugly. If you have God in your heart, it's impossible, and it shows through your personality, it's impossible to be ugly. It's impossible. Just let God into your heart. I promise you, you'll be beautiful immediately. It's when you don't have God, you're ugly. You know what I mean? That didn't sound quite accurate, but... So you're saying if I'm not a Christian, I'm ugly? This is what happens on YouTube. You can't just talk like you're hanging out with your friends. You got to say everything politically correct. And I'm done with the politically. So if you don't like what I say, go jump in a lake. No one cares that you're offended. And you're in fact, you're getting it to the point where people are going to be getting really pissed off. Like, we're done with you being offended. No one cares. Okay? Well, we care about your feelings, but not when it comes to these things. You're insane. You're lucky to be here on this earth for this very short time. Why are you making it difficult for everybody? And why are you destroying our world and our earth? Why? Film this real quick. So I guess someone parked here and camped, right? Totally believe it, because it's happened. Great. I'm very proud of them with their fire, that even though the fire can burn underground. Wet fire. I'll keep that. Wet fire. It's just weird looking to me, but that was legit. You know they were here to deliberately catch a buzz, and you know they were out of state. Well, they leave an Atlas here. They leave Christmas lights and Atlas bottles. If I had my garbage bag, I'd clean all that up. This really bothers me. This is why, you guys. They came here, and when they left, this is what they left. And now it's all over the place. This is where they pooped. And that's where they go. Right there. It's literally where they go, right there. So this is where they're coming out, right there. Here, I make no mistake about it. I know. I know the operation here. I mean, as much as we could. Right now, I'm literally trespassing. Like, this is a super fun site. Don't care. Because it's not. They won't say a word to me, because I'm fully on board with them, with not letting people in here. And if they do, then I'll tell everyone in the world what this really is. So they won't say a word, believe me. They don't mind if I come in here. It's all about keeping regular people out. You can't have people that can't tie their own shoes out in the unseen world with giant beings. Basically, you're putting a complete idiot in a lion's cage. Will they get hurt? Nah, probably not, but you never know. And it's a mistake. Over time, absolutely, someone's going to get hurt. Look at that. It looks like this is how they filmed the moon landing. They just found some bizarre place like this and they filmed the video. That's what I think. There's my other special place up there. I didn't think I'd get a shot of it. Look at that leaner. Boy, what I have caught over there. They come right out. Like right out. I see them standing right there. That's unobtainable. It's impossible to get there. Even if you got up there, how would you get to like right there? You can't. That's where the best places are. I watched one turn to stone. Well, he pretended to be. Some magical being. You know, she didn't realize I was zooming. Then somehow she got the word or the energy, and was like, zzz, and just froze. Craziest thing. Look, there's more. They show you. They tell you all about it. They want you to know. They want you a part of their life. It's just not exactly the way you want it to be right away. But that's also could change with you. Everyone's different. You ever see the people in this? We all have our own little niche in this. No one does it exactly the same way. And that's why we need you. Because you might be the exact way. I'm not kidding. I want to share in this. I'm the only one. Show me another person that does this for a living, which I don't even know if there is anyone, that wants you to be a part of it, that wants you to exceed what he's done or she's done. There is no one, believe me. They're not going to, they treat this like this is their way to make themselves special. You know, it's like, maybe I thought that at first. I don't remember, but I don't think so. I don't think I ever thought like that. I'm happy. I just want to be a part of it with you. Like, I'm happy if you blow me, like, all of a sudden you picked up on this and you're doing everything, like, do what I do, and then you start doing things I can't do, and everyone watches you instead. Well, I'd be a little bit upset then. But look at that piece of wood. Did I see that? I didn't. So something's been sitting here. Real big. It could have been where they were, I don't know. Probably. But they didn't do that. I can tell you that right now. That's old, like, driftwood from the river. All these rocks look real strange to me. All right, enough's enough. So that was my live video. You guys, I'm so grateful for your help on the video. I mean, I had a tremendous super chat day. I don't know if I should say how much it was. Like, I want to tell people everything. That's me. I don't want to be private with money. I want to tell you, just you, what I don't want to tell anyone else what I made. I want to tell you how much I made on the super chats. Because I feel like it's, oh look, there's another one. I feel like it's all a part of you helping me. Just to be open and just tell you everything. There's no secrets. Nothing is done that you don't know about. Well, I mean, or I wouldn't tell you about. I mean, there's another one right there. Like, they're just popping up everywhere. Did I show you that? I don't think I did. Look at that. There's just one there on that one. Why? They put them on every single one around these campers. Why? Was it done before? Maybe it was done while they were camping? don't know. A lot of times they'll leave you signs like that, hoping you'll notice. I think they see things in humans that don't understand this. Because remember, there's a lot of special humans out there that aren't unlocked. A lot. Maybe more special than any of us. Like, I'm just being hypothetical, but who knows, right? And I think they see that in some people here, and then they'll do something like that. You know, I'm not saying that's what happened here, but it could be. They'll give you a shot, like an outside shot at, like, they'll show you, like, you wake up and there's a rock on every boulder. And if you're intuitive enough, you might stop and process. But if you're too involved with your life and what your job wants you to do on Monday, then you're probably not. You're gonna write it off with some excuse. They're always looking to grab you if they like you. Over now. Behind this crazy guy, I'm late to do a live video. I was gonna stop here and just real quick and see what's going on. Let's see if anything's changed. Wow, look at that. Was that like that? I can't remember. I don't think it's definitive. Look, the teepee. It's still all being disturbed. They did this right here, you guys. Look, it's starting to, you can see the age. It's starting to get older. Then the next year they added the X. Look, they're still using it. It's all clean. Sorry for the shadows. They added this giant, beautiful X to it. That's so cool. See, I won't come here just to do a video on this because I've done it for you. But to check in once in a while, sure, why not? Like, I'm going by and this guy just, I'm fine. Little road rage. Yeah, little road rage. Right there. Not like where it was out of control. Like I'm always completely in control. But man, did I vent like for a second because it's just like, the world is so full of people that cannot navigate it. And it just blows my mind. That, you know, that, like, in other words, look, you guys, let me just be honest. Like, I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. I can do just about anything pretty damn good. And he never had to teach me. I just knew how to. So my understanding of people that cannot do anything is very difficult and very frustrating. Do I have patience? Sure, if I'm helping you, but to deal with that, like, you're holding up my life and people waiting for me, like, it's frustrating, you know. Really want to go live? I think it's where I'm supposed to. These are the heavy hitter dudes, man, up in there. Those are the guys where I had the median and everything. They're like the real deal, man, I'm telling you. Like, the ones that these guys, you know, the ones that we find, most of us find other places, look to places like that. Okay. Never forget I told you that. I'm not wrong. Okay. We all, hey, look, why wouldn't you believe it? That's common sense. We all look somewhere. Okay. I don't care what being you are, what planet you're from. They look to someone else too. We all do. That's a fact. I mean, look, that's a fact without knowing it. You could go to planet Zimbabwe, and yeah, we named it after Zimbabwe, and you can rest assured that they all follow someone as well, or look to someone for guidance. Whatever word you want to implement, okay? I can promise you that. I don't know why, I just know it. There's not 10 billion equal people making decisions on a planet somewhere. Of course not. There's always leaders.